ሰላም ተማሪዎች እንደምን አላችሁ? ዛሬ የሁለተኛ ክፍል ማትማስ ሞዴል ኤግዛም ስራልን ብላችሁ በቴሌግራም በላካችሁ መሰረት ሰርቼ አቀርባለሁ። የመጀመሪያው ሚላል it says which one of the following is the power set of the given set that is 1 2 3 ስለዚህ እዚህ ጋር የተሰጠን የመጀመሪያው ጥያቄ የተሰጠን ሴት A እኩል ይሆናል says 1 2 and 3 together and here ይሄ ነው የተሰጠን ሴት። ስለዚህ የዚህን ፓወር ሴት ነው። ፓወር ሴት ማለት ምን ማለት ነው? a set consists power set ወይም we can denote it as power set of the given set A። ይሄ ማለት it consists all possible subsets of A ሁሉንም ለA subset የሚሆኑትን በሙሉ የያዘ ማለት ነው። what is that? a set is a subset of set A. the set consists one element which is a subset of A. a set consists 2 and 3 together which is equals also a subset of set A. and the last one a set also a subset of itself። ስለዚህ ሁሉም subset ሊሆኑ የሚችሉት ለዚህ ሴት እነዚህ ማናቸው? empty set አለ a set consists 1 a set consists 2 and 3 together and itself ይሆናል ነው። ሌላ ኦፕሽን የለም። so this implies that the power set of A is a set consists all possible subset of set A ስላል it is 1 on the set double brass that is 2 3 and the other one is empty set and last one the set A itself ይሄን ብለን ኤክስፕረስ ማድረግ እንችላለን። ኮሬክት የሆነው እና ሰብሴቱን የያዘው የትኛው ይሆናል ማለት ነው? የዲ ይሆናል ማለት ዲ ስናየው 1 2 and 3 together 1 2 3 that is set A አለ then empty set አለ so that is the correct answer. The correct answer for this is that is D. Let us continue to the second one. The second one says for any x and y real numbers which one of the following is not correct? The first one it says x cube minus y cube. How can we find this? This implies that you'll try to factorize this one. In factorize scenario what found? If you want to have to divide this using log division method or you can multiply the factors that are given. የተሰጡን factorize ማድረግ ትችላላችሁ ወይም ደግሞ you can multiply them whether they are equal or this y cube divided by 4 x minus 1. Since it's factors ስለሆነ x minus 1 you can divide this one. In divide scenario since the degree of this x is cube so we can take here is x squared. X squared times x that is x cube minus x squared times 1. And then we can take their difference as we take for division of you have to take this. For instance this is divided by 5. If we take this one we can take 24 divided by 5 that is 4 times 5 that is 20 then subtract this one 4 and 2 times minus 2 that is 0 then take 1 41 divided by 5 what is that which is equals 8 times 5 that is 40 then 1 the remainder 1 we divide like this. The same for the case of this polynomial. So when take their difference we cancel x cube by x cube what remains it becomes x squared times y minus y cube. So here's the degree x here is 1 here is 2 so we can take plus x here is y but there is no y here you have so take it this x times y times x this is x squared times y minus x times y squared here again we take their difference. When we take the difference between them it becomes x times y squared minus y cube. Again here we have x and y squared so plus we take y squared since x y squared divided by x but it's not of y squared ይሆናል so y squared times x it becomes x times y squared minus this is y cube. After that take their difference. differentiation ስንወስድ it becomes what? That is x times y squared minus x times y squared it is 0 y cube minus y cube plus y cube that is 0 so the value of this one. This implies that therefore x cube minus y cube is equals to x minus 1 times x squared plus x times y plus here is y. Yes, the first one it is correct. መጀመሪያው it is correct. Similarly when come to for the case of b it says x cube plus y cube. In that case the factor for this one is what? X plus what? X plus y not x minus 1. So it says x minus 1 so it is not correct since the factor must be x plus y times as we did above we take what? The square of the first it becomes minus since it is plus it is minus x times y plus here is y but the choice it doesn't imply this one since it is x plus y at the first so we can't take this as solution so the answer this is B. Let me show you the remaining one. ሌሎችንም በተመሳሳይ ላሳያችሁ whether they are correct or not. The answer for this one is B. But if we take x minus y we can express at the form of what? X the power of 3 forms express ማድረግ እንችላለን the form of this one. When take this is equals to x to the power of 1 over 3 the whole 3 cube minus y to the power of 1 over 3 the whole cube is يعني cubic root over whole cube አድርገን ማድረግ እንችላለን and the form of that what we did before. ስለዚህ by the previous system ስንገልጸው ምን ይሆናል? x to the power of 1 over 3 means what? The cubic root of x minus the cubic root of y times this is x cubic root of this square as we did before. This is minus, so it is plus times this is plus x the cubic root of x times the cubic root of y plus for the last one the cubic root of y square. ይሄ ይሆናል ማለት ነው። የሰራነው ነገር we take what we did before ቀድመን የሰራነው x cube minus y cube የሚለውን ፎርም ነው። ይሄ ሲሆን ምን ይሆናል? This is x the power of 1 over 3 means what? This is the cubic root of x minus the cubic root of y the whole this is times this becomes x the cubic root of x the whole square means what? Which is equals to x cubic root times x square under the cubic root plus the cubic root of x times y. Here is plus the cubic root of y square. ስለዚህ it has such forms. ስለዚህ ይሄንን satisfy ያደርጋል c, so it is the correct answer. This is correct. c correct ነው። Similarly, let's consider d also the same, x plus y. This is equals we can express as the form of cube. This is the cubic root of x the whole that is cube plus this is the cubic root of y the whole cube. We can express such forms that is same as this one. What does it play? ምን ያሳያል? As we did before, the factor is equals to ምን ይሆናል? Cubic root of x plus cubic root of y ይሆናል ማለት ነው። As I show you in case of x cube plus y cube የሚለው እንዳሳየኋችሁ በዛ መሰረት ይሄ ይሆናል። So it becomes as we did before, this is the cubic root of x square minus the cubic root of x times y. This is plus the cubic root of y square ይሆናል ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ በዚህ መሰረት ሶልቭ ስናደርግ yes it is correct. ይሄ correct ነው ማለት ነው። The answer for this one is as I told you b ይሆናል ማለት ነው። በሌላ አነጋገር if of such forms this is a cubic minus b cubic is equals to in general form a minus b into the square of the first term that is a plus the product of them a times b plus b square. Similarly, if you take their sums and notes a cube plus b cube means the factor for this one is equals to a plus b times the square of the first minus the product of them plus this is b square. በዛ አይነት መንገድ ማሳየት እንችላለን። whatever the case እዚህ ጋር x እና plus y እና x minus y ሲሆን in this form ለመጻፍ ምን እናደርጋለን? You have to express them. This is x is equals to x to the power of 1 over 3 the whole cube or the cubic root of x the whole cube ይሆናል ማለት። Similarly, y is equals to the cubic root of y cubic root of y the whole cube ይሆናል። በዛ አይነት መንገድ express ማድረግ እንችላለን። So from the given choice the correct answer for this one is b the correct answer actually b. ስለዚህ በዛ አይነት መንገድ እናሳያለን። Let us continue to the third one. The third one it says that which one of the following function is one-to-one correspondence. What meant by one-to-one correspondence? As you are familiar, if a function it says from sum a to b is the function, so to be one-to-one correspondence, what we need two things must be satisfied. The first one, the function f must be one-to-one መሆን አለበት. The second one, f must be what? It must be onto መሆን አለበት። እነዚህ ሁለቱ ከተሟሉ we can say that one-to-one correspondence እንላለን ብለናል። So the first one it says f of r, the first one that is a f from real number that is positive real numbers to real number. Say that f of x is equals to log of x in base 2. What does it imply? Since it is logarithmic function, the domain of logarithm function is what? That is all real number which is non-negative. Yes, it is correct from the domain. So to show this whether it is one-to-one or not, you have to take two numbers x1 and x2 from the real number that is x1 and x2 are element of real number. This is positive real number. From this what does imply? This implies that log of x1 in base 2 is equals to log of x2 in base 2. Since they have the same base and አይነት ቤዝ ካላቸው ምን መሆን አለባቸው? This shows that x1 must be equals to x2. This shows this f is 1-to-1. It is 1. In case of onto, since the domain of this is positive real number but the range is what? Real number. This shows every real number has what does this play? Has what? Pre-image which is real positive real number የሆነ image አለ። ያ ማለት ማለት Let's try to sketch the graph of this. የዚህን graph sketch ብናደርግ if we take take x is for instance, since it is non-negative real number, that means positive real number ስለሆነ ዶሜናችን, we can start for instance 1 ቢሆን ምን ይሆናል? It becomes log of 1 in base 2 means which is equals log of 2 the power of 0 in base 2 ይሆናል, which is equals ምን ይሆናል? 0 ይሆናል። at 1 ላይ let's take this one 1 ቢሆን it is 0 ይሆናል። Similarly if we take that is half ብንወስድ for instance half in base 2 which is equals log of 2 the power of minus 1 in base 2 ይሆናል። In this case what 2 cancel by 2 it becomes negative 1። እዚህ ጋር half ቢሆን half ካለን ምን ይሆናል? ይሄኛው negative 1 ይሆናል። let's take here is negative። Similar if we take log of 1 over 4 in base 2 which is equals log 2 the power of negative 2 in base 2 ይሆናል, which is equals to negative 2 ይሆናል። ስለዚህ 1 over 4 ወደ 0 ስንጠጋ ምን ይሆናል? ይሄኛው negative 2 ይሆናል and it continues. So the graph looks like ግራፉ ይሄን ይመስላል። Since it shows what the range is what all real number ነው, ዶሜኑ ግን ምን ይሆናል? positive real number ነው። So onto means what? This implies that range of f must be that is real number and f is 1 to 1 or f is the domain is that is a that is positive real number for our case, በእኛ ኬስ positive real number ነው ዶሜናችን። ስለዚህ yes it satisfies ስለሚያደርግ the correct answer for this one is that is ምን ይሆናል? a ይሆናል ማለት this is a is the correct answer a ይሆናል። Let's see the others። ሌሎቹ የማይሆኑበት ምክንያት let's consider that he says that the function f from 0 to pi of this is -1 to 1 and f of x is equals to it says sin x in consider scenario what is the graph of f of x looks like between 0 to pi ይህንን በ0 እና በፓይ መካከል consider scenario let us see on the graph. Here we have 0 at the origin, let's take here is pi over 2, here we have let's take here is between before it over 4, then here is let's take pi. At 0 sin 0 means what? Here we have 0 degree that is x, here we have sin x for instance. At 0 it is 0. At pi over 4 if we consider this one between them this is root 2 over 2. If we take this is pi over 2 the result becomes what? That is 1. If we take 3 over 4 pi in this case what the value this is still root 2 over 2. If we take pi at pi sin is 0. So the graph here is let's take here is 1 for instance. Let's take somewhere this is root 2 over at 0 it is 0. At pi over 2 as we said this is 1 somewhere this. At pi it is 0. So it returns what the graph looks like this. ግራፋችን ይሄ ይመስላል። ስለዚህ ሁለቱንም ማያሟላ ምን ማለት ነው? መጀመሪያ it is not 1 to 1 ለምን 1 to 1 አይሆንም? እዚህ ጋር ክሮስ ስናደርግ if we consider f of pi over 4 is equal to ምን ይሆናል? f of 3 over 4 pi ጋር ያ ማለት በዲግሪ ከፈለጋችሁ this means f of what 45 degree is equals to f of 135 degree ጋር እኩል ቫልዩ አላቸው ማለት በሌላ እንደው ይሄ ማለት but 45 degree is not equal to is 135 degree ጋር እኩል አይደለም። ዝም ጋር ስመጣ በሌላ ዳርዞር 4 is not equal to is 3 over 4 pi ወይም አንድ ላይን horizontal line crosses at the same point ላይ cross ካደረገ at different places it shows that it is not 1 to 1 አይደለም አይሆን። the other one range of theirs እናረን range ምን መሆን አለበት? -1 to 1 መሆን ነበረበት። ግን ይሄ range የሚያሳየው ከ0 እስከ 1 ስለሆነ it is not on to አይደለም 1 to 1 አይደለም, so it is not the correct one. Correct አይደለም። Let us consider the next one that is C. F from this is real number to ያሳያል this is 0 to positive infinity. እዚህ ጋር observe ስናደርግ what this is f of x is equals to 3 over 2x. As we are familiar about this, you know exponential function it is what the domain of exponential function is the set of real number ነው ብለናል። For instance x 0 ሲሆን it is 0 ይሆን 1 ይሆናል። So x 0 ሲሆን the value of x that is 1. ነገር ግን if x is 1 it becomes 3 over 2. That means it is above 1. If we consider this is 2, it is 9 over 2. So it increases in this one. When we take some negative values on this one, if we take -1 on this side, here is 2. It becomes 3 over 2. The power of -1 means which is equals 2 over 3. This means it is below 1. So the graph looks like this. ግራፋችን ይሄን ይመስላል. This is the graph of f of x is equals to 3 over 2 the power of x. Part over there. እዚህ ጋር over እንደምናደርገው what the domain of this exponential? Yes, the set of real number. It is correct. And if we draw any horizontal line on this horizontal line, it never cross at two different places, so it is 1 to 1. But when it come to in case of the range, here we have range, this value cannot be 0. It approaches to 0 since 0 is the horizontal asymptote for this exponential function action. Now 0 መሆን አይችልም. So 0 doesn't have any premium. ማንኛውም value 0 የሚሰጠን it is not onto ካልሆነ, so we can say that it is not 1 to 1 correspondence እንላለን. 1 to 1 correspondence አይሆንም. ለምን? onto አይደለም. So C also not the correct one. Let us see the choice D. It says f is from 0 to positive infinity to 0 to positive infinity, it says. And f of x is equals to ያሳያል absolute value of x plus 2, it says. In observe scenario, let us see with by sketching the graph of this. የነን ግራፉን sketch በማድረግ ማየት እንችላለን. When x is 0, the value it becomes what? valueችን ምን ይሆናል? At 0 it is 2 ይሆናል. 1 ሲሆን 3 ይሆናል. So the graph looks like here ይሆናል. The graph of this f of x is equals to absolute value of x plus 2. It looks like this one. ይሄን ይመስላል ግራፋችን. ይሄ ከሆነ ምን ያሳያል? It says that yes, it is 1 to 1 ይሆናል. በተሰጠን ኢንተርቫል መሰረት it is 1 to 1 ይሆናል። ማንኛውም horizontal line cross እናደርግ once ነው cross የሚያደርግ. This means it is 1 to 1. Never cross at two places. ሁለት ቦታ cross አያደርግም. So it is 1 to 1. It is 1 to 1. onto ስናሳይ ግን the range must be what? 0 to positive infinity መሆን አለበት. onto መሆን አለበት ማለት the range must be 0 to positive infinity መሆን አለበት. እዚህ ጋር ስናይ y never becomes what? የዚህኛው የፈንክሽናችን range መሆን የሚችለው ምንድነው? range of our function which is given at the forms on this interval becomes ምን ይሆናል? 2 to positive infinity ነው መሆን የሚችለው። ለምን? ከሁለት ተነስተው ነው እየጨመረ ሄዷል. So it is 2 to positive infinity. But values between በ0 እና በ2 መካከል ያሉት ግን ምንም አይነት ፕሪሜጅ ሊኖራቸው አይችልም on this interval. This shows that it is not onto. This shows that it is not onto. onto አይሆንም. onto ካልሆነ ምን አይሆንም ማለት ነው? The function f here is not 1 to 1 correspondence እንላለን. 1 to 1 correspondence አይሆንም በዚህ ምክንያት. Because of this we can choose the correct answer for this is that is ምን ይሆናል? correct answerችን a ነው ማለት ነው. a ይሆናል. Let us consider the third one. The fourth one. ወደ አራተኛው ስንመጣ the fourth one. ሰርድን ጨርሰናል. ወደ አራተኛው እንመጣለን ማለት ነው. ምንድነው? እስከ ምክንያቱ ማስረዳችሁ it becomes clear እንደሆነላችሁና ሌሎችንም በተመሳሳይ እንድትሰሩ ወይም እንድትረዱት በማለት ነው። ስለዚህ it is helpful for us as I told you before እንደነገርኳችሁ ለሪሚዲያልም ለ12ኛ ክፍል ተማሪዎችም ጥሩ መዘጋጃ ሊሆናችሁ ስለሚችል እንድትከታተሉትና እንድታዩት ጋብዛለሁ። ቻናሉንም ሼር ላይክ ሰብስክራይብ ማድረጋችሁን አትርሱ። let us continue to the fourth one. አራተኛው ምን ይላል? let cos theta. It says the fourth one it says that cos of theta is equals to -2 over 3 greater than 0. So which one of the following is the correct? The correct one? Which one of the following is the correct one? Correct የሆነ የትኛው ነው ይላል። So what does plan? ይሄ የሚያሳየው cos theta negative and cot theta greater than 0 የሚሆነው መቼ ነው ብለን observe ስናደርግ you are familiar about this. Let's see the xy plane here. Cos is negative at second as well as third quadrant ላይ cos thetaችን negative ይሆናል። ነገር ግን cot theta ማለት cosine over cot theta is equals to the reciprocal of what? Tan theta. This implies that cos theta over what? sin theta ይሆናል ማለት ነው። ይሄ ከሆነ ኔጌቲቭ የሚሆነው where is it? የት ነው ኔጌቲቭ የሚሆነው? at the first second እና here is fourth quadrant ላይ this is fourth quadrant ላይ ምን ይሆናል? this is tan and its reciprocal are negative. This is cot theta. Again cot theta is negative at this one. ሁለቱ ላይ ይሆናል። ስለዚህ cot theta ፖዚቲቭ ነው ማለት we have what at third quadrant ላይ መሆኑን ያሳየናል። From this which one of the following is true? And cos theta means what? Cos theta is equals to adjacent, we are familiar about this, over it is hypotenuse ነው ብለናል። What's the adjacent? The adjacent is -2. Hypotenuse ግን it is 3 ነው የሚሆነው። ለምን? Hypotenuse means the square of x square plus y square ስለሆነ it is always positive. ይሆናል። At this point y also what negative ነው የሚሆነው። So what is y? This means x squared plus y squared is equals to, that is r squared, the hypotenuse, let it be. So negative 2 squared plus y squared is equals to 3 squared. What the value now? This is y squared, negative 2 squared 4, so this 3 squared 9, no, so 9 minus ምን ይሆናል? 4 ይሆናል። What the value? This is 5 ይሆናል። What the value of y? Y is equals to negative root 5 እንወስዳለን ማለት። ለምን? third quadrant ላይ both x and y are negative, less than 0 ናቸው፣ negative ናቸው. From this, what is sin theta? As you are familiar, sin theta means which is equals opposite over hypotenuse. What is our oppositeችን ማን ነው? That is y value ስለሆነ negative root 5 over 3 ሆነ። Yes, is it correct? It is not correct. A correct አይደለም። ለምን? እዚህ ጋር የሚለው ፖዚቲቭ ስለሆነ it is not correct there. A ጋር ያለው correct አይደለም። The other one, cosec. Cosec theta means which is equals 1 over sin theta, which is equals to, እዚህ ጋር ስላገኘ ነው negative root 5 over 3 ስላል, this is negative 3 over root 5 ማለት እንችላለን. Which is equals, rationalize the denominator ስናደርግ this is minus 3 over root 5 ሆነ። ይህን rationalize the denominator ስናደርግ we multiply both denominator by root 5 ስናባዛ, which is over root 5 times root 5 ይሆናል። What the result now? This is equals negative 3 root 5 divided by 5 ይሆናል። divided by 5. Yes, is it correct? Yes, ይሄኛው ስለሚይዝ correct answer C ይሆናል። Let us check the remaining one. ሌሎቹስ የማይሆንበትን ምክንያት ስናይ, let's take that is tan theta B. Tan theta is equal the reciprocal of what? የማን reciprocal የሚሆነው? የcot theta ይሆናል። ወይም ደግሞ this is equals tan theta means sin theta over what? Cos theta ይሆናል። In other words, which is equals opposite over adjacent ማለት እንችላለን. We have this option. The opposite is negative root 5. The adjacent, that is negative 2, which is equals root 5 over 2. Since we cancel negative by negative ስናጠፋ root 5 over 2 ይሄም አይሆንም። Cosec is 2 root 5 ይላል። Cosec C ላይ ስላገኘ ነው it is not correct, so the correct answer for this is C.